Okay, idea of how I'm gonna get there. Enterprise.
Francisco 49ers leading the NFC with an 11-3 mark. And how good is that Ravens defense?
I'll do that first.
Just look at the numbers. They rank number 1 in points per game at 16.1. Niners come in second, allowing 16.7 points per game. Ravens have allowed the fewest touchdowns in the NFL all season, just 20. Next fewest allowed, 49ers defense, allowing just 24 touchdowns. Still, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan. Look at the numbers, watch the film, and you'll see why Baltimore is the top team in their conference.
When you look at the numbers, are usually the first thing you see, and you see how great their numbers are. Then you turn on the tape, and it looks just like their numbers. I mean, they're really good against the run, really good against the pass, extremely sound coverages. They know how to get after it with pressures. They know how to get after it with front four, so really good defense.
At the sports desk, Matt Pittman, KCBS.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hi, friends. KCBS anchor and reporter Jennifer Hodges here. We have double the fun this year in the Hodges household. Last year, I was excited to celebrate Christmas with my first granddaughter, Kobe Drew. Now we have her 3-month-old brother, Kingston Cruz, with us, too. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully, you will have a lot of quality time with your friends and family. And from mine to yours, Merry Christmas.
KCBS traffic and weather together. Pleasant Hill remains our troubled spot. The update now with Carolyn Burns.
But at least we have a little bit of better news there, Liz, on northbound 680 right there at that Monument Boulevard off-ramp. We still have residual traffic there. We had an earlier 7-car crash blocking the 2 right lanes. Well, as they've been moved out of the lanes, traffic there is still just creeping along, however, from before Olympic Boulevard. But hopefully, now that these lanes have been cleared, that this traffic backup will start to dissipate. This is going to take a while. If we take a look at traffic at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, where you're going to see a bit of a backup there. Not too bad, though. It was backed up pretty badly from the 880 overcrossing from an earlier crash. That looks like it is cleared. Along the East Shore Freeway, westbound 80 starts to back up, of course, right around that 580 merge, but you do pick up right around just before that Berkeley curve. Your next traffic update is at 3:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Visit Mancini's Sleep World during the year-end clearance event, or visit sleepworld.com. Sunshine this afternoon, mild temperatures, upper 50s to mid-60s. Tomorrow we see some clouds return to the Bay Area, scattered. Also some scattered fog, especially in the mornings for the North Bay, and a slight chance of rain the next few days through Christmas Day. By Wednesday, a good chance of rain. Our temperatures stay steady, mostly in the upper 50s, low 60s. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 AM 740 KCBS. 49ers will take on the Baltimore Ravens on Christmas Day night, but another battle wages on between the city of Santa Clara and the Niners. KCBS's Mary Hughes has more.
The source of this tension between the city and the team is over who will be responsible for paying public employees overtime for staffing the game on Christmas. This is something the Niners have covered before, but they rejected a request from the city this November to handle overtime pay for city employees. Here's Javon Grogan, city manager, with the Niners' explanation on that refusal.
Our organization has, on occasion, reimbursed the city for certain public safety costs incurred during holiday events to allow for overtime pay. However, it is essential to note that the city has since mandated a policy of double pay for officers for every 49ers game.
At a city council meeting on Tuesday, the council unanimously approved the double pay agreement for the Ravens-Niners game staff. But Mayor Lisa Gilmore said that the public shouldn't have to pay for it, and she wants city staff to keep negotiating with the team.
I think that we should go back to the negotiating table and say, no, it's only fair that all of our employees should have double time, especially Christmas Day or any holiday.
Mary Hughes, KCBS. Next year will be a year of transition. 5 BART directors who are up for re-election next November have indicated they will not seek re-election, including their newly elected board president, Evan Dusty. With more from President Dusty, here's KCBS's Jade Hernandez. Starting in January,
with the help of the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, we have new low-income rider fares.
That's newly elected BART board president Evan Dusty.
When Latifah and I first joined the board of directors, the youth fare even ended at age 12, and there was no low-income rider program similar to what Muni and other jurisdictions had.
Dusty, not new to the job, was elected and served as board president back in 2019.
I think I bring to the table is a real sense of how do we make this transition a successful one.
That's because 5 of the BART directors up for re-election in November say they won't run again, including Dusty, who terms out. As for BART safety in the new year, he sees it as a joint effort.
Well, we've made some strides in the past year. I think that you're seeing a lot of local cities and counties and other jurisdictions having to step up in terms of compensation and benefits for police officers.
Jade Hernandez, KCBS. Police are investigating a hate crime in Newark after anti-India graffiti was reported at a Hindu place of worship. Leaders of the SMBA Sri Swami Narayan Mandir on Cedar Boulevard reported the vandalism. In a statement, police say they're treating this as a hate crime and targeted act based on the content of the graffiti. Millions of people are making plans to travel in April to see the total solar eclipse. KCBS's Susan Kennedy reports this eclipse will be visible across much of the U.S.
On April 8th, a total solar eclipse will cross North America. Michael Zeeler, an eclipse cartographer and co-creator of GreatAmericanEclipse.com, says a total eclipse occurs during the daytime when there's a new moon across what's known as the path of totality.
This year, that path of totality on April 8th is happening from Texas through Maine. It'll be a life-changing experience to see it.
The sky will go dark for a few minutes and the sun's corona will appear. Zeeler says the last total solar eclipse was 6.5 years ago and could be seen from Oregon to South Carolina.
What's different about this eclipse is that it's nearly twice as long in duration.
Up to 4 million people are expected to hit the road in April to see the total solar eclipse, creating the biggest travel event of 2024. Susan Kennedy, KCBS.
Unfounded claims about offshore wind threatening whales have surfaced as a flashpoint in the fight over the future of renewable energy. In recent months, conservatives, including former President Donald Trump, have claimed construction of offshore wind turbines is killing the giant animals. Scientists say there is no credible evidence linking offshore wind farms to whale deaths. That hasn't stopped conservative groups and ad hoc, not my backyard style, anti-development groups from making that connection. What's the Money Watch?
Only one hurricane made landfall in the U.S. this year, but we saw plenty of other storm clouds. Insurance companies paid a record $50 billion in U.S. claims related to severe thunderstorms, and the industry is pivoting after spending decades primarily focused on forecasting the risks of what it calls primary perils, such as hurricanes and earthquakes. But Swiss Re, which insures property insurance providers against losses, says secondary perils, including thunderstorms, are now getting more attention.
The drought models have to be changed, the flood models have to be changed, fire.
Swiss Re CEO Christian Blumenthaler. New models bring new risk assessments and higher insurance premiums. Swiss Re and other reinsurers were raising their prices this year.
People complain about it, but to a certain extent, these higher prices is the first signal back to society of the cost of climate change.
And now we are getting the bill. Tracy Jonke, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Hi, this is Stephanie from Safeway with great news. Now through December 26th, earn 2 times rewards points when you purchase participating items at Safeway for You. Download your exclusive digital coupon in the Safeway for You app and start earning 2 times rewards today. Then use your reward rewards on groceries or discounts on gas up to $1 off a gallon. Redeemable at participating Chevron or Texaco stations. Limit one offer per household. Restrictions and exclusions apply. Learn more at Safeway.com/for-you. Steve, I'm a small business owner and my CPA tells me I don't qualify for the $26,000 per qualifying employee ERC because my gross revenue didn't go down enough. Is that true?
The law provides you can qualify for ERC if you satisfy either of two tests. The easy test, that's just math that your CPA told you about, or a different but complex facts and circumstances test that some CPAs either don't know how to apply or just don't take the extra time and effort to determine your eligibility.
You're a tax attorney. How can you speak about CPAs?
I was a practicing CPA before I was a tax attorney, and our law firm includes both CPAs and tax attorneys.
Now, is there a deadline to apply before the ERC is no longer available?
Yes, that's why you should call our firm today to review all aspects of the ERC with you to get your qualifying check. Call 888-TAX-DEAL. That's 888-TAXDEAL, 888-TAX-DEAL. Or MoskowitzLLP.com, MoskowItzLLP.com.
Hey guys, Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. Most guys don't realize that their ED started in their 40s. Symptoms of erectile dysfunction can be slight and subtle, but by treating your symptoms at the onset, you can avoid severe ED in the future. Mild ED is easily reversed at our clinic using our acoustic wave technology. Most men have accepted that ED is a part of getting older, but that's far from the truth. Our acoustic wave therapy has helped thousands of men restore function, whether they're in their 40s or their 80s. West Coast Men's Health also treats chronic pain, including neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, Dupuytren's contracture, and even carpal tunnel. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call West Coast Men's Health at 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Cover California is a free service from the state that's already helped millions of people like you get and pay for health insurance. With financial help to lower the cost of health coverage, you could get a quality health plan for less than $10 a month. Every plan covers preventive care, doctor visits, emergency care, and more. If you have questions, we're here to help every step of the way. Cover California, this way to health insurance. Enroll by December 31st at coveredca.com.
KCBS traffic with Carolyn. First stop, Pleasant Hill. And right now, northbound 680 at the Monument Boulevard on-ramp there. We had an earlier 7-car crash that had 2 right lanes blocked. That has all been cleared. Everything is open, but the traffic backup is still unwinding. You are inching along on northbound 680 from before Olympic Boulevard and continues past Ignacio Valley. But the closer you get to Monument, you'll start to speed up little by little there. Now, if you're heading into San Francisco, there is no backup at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. Metering lights have been turned on. Just a slight delay as you merge onto the span there on 80 westbound. You're cruising out into the city until you get to that Fremont Street off-ramp, and then you remain sluggish until just after the merge with southbound Highway 101. Opposite direction, northbound Highway 101 backed up from Cesar Chavez and jammed onto eastbound 80. Your next traffic updates at 3:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Sunny skies, mild temperatures, upper 50s to mid-60s. Tomorrow we see the return of scattered clouds and a slight chance of rain the next few days. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on KCBS.
Pajama house is great, but some foster kids don't even have PJs. That's why Mancini Sleepers and the Ticket to Tria Foundation are hosting a pajama drive for foster kids. Bring new PJs to any Mancini Sleep World.
Television sales on Black Friday set new records as millions of Americans snapped up the hot deals. But a lot of people were out of town or too busy to take advantage of the special pricing. So, how about a redo? Right now, you've got a second chance to save big on many of the top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs. Where? At Video Only, where the smart shoppers go. So, don't miss out. Check out Video Only now, or you'll be sorry.
News that matters to you around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Saturday. Saturday, December 23rd, 2023, coming up on KCBS.
I'm David Welch in Oakland, where hundreds of people gathered at Lake Merritt to call for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Some scary moments for a family-owned donut shop near Oakland's Lake Merritt, and holiday travel tips and how to keep your holidays stress-free. It's 3:31.
CBS News Brief. Before flying to Camp David for the Christmas holiday, President Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the war in Gaza. Did they discuss a ceasefire? Translation: I had a private conversation. I did not ask for a ceasefire. It's been a mixed bag for retailers this holiday season. Analyst Bert Flickinger with one of the reasons why that is.
The bankruptcy of Bed Bath & Beyond and a number of other retailers have been a record number of store closings and bankruptcies, so the surviving retailers are doing better.
Will your Christmas be white?
If you are dreaming of a white Christmas, this is your opportunity in the mountains of the West. It is likely you see at least an inch of snow on the ground, and we do have several inches coming for the Central Plains.
That is meteorologist Kelly Cass at the Weather Channel, who says in the south there's rain and possibilities of flooding. CBS News Brief. I'm Linda Kenyon.
And I'm Liz St. John. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Your KCBS News Watch continues. Bay Area's Jewish Voice for Peace held a ceasefire protest at Oakland's Lake Merritt Amphitheater last night. KCBS's David Welch reports the group hoped to show that not all Jews support Israel's war in Gaza.
Several hundred by calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Rabbi Lynn Gottlieb spoke at the evening event.
A majority of Jewish people, according to recent polls, do not support the war in Gaza.
Which is in part true, but like many polls, the data shows conflicting results depending on who's collecting it. For the rabbi, though, Judaism doesn't support what's happening in the Middle East.
The Jewish people here and hundreds of thousands of Jews all over the country are saying not in our name.
The gathering attracted hundreds of people carrying signs and banners calling for peace. And the event blended traditional Shabbat rituals and prayers with a clear message that a ceasefire has to happen now.
This gathering gives people the courage to stand up and take a risk and to add your voice to a growing movement, because it will take a movement to stop the war machine.
In Oakland, David Welch, KCBS.
Ukraine is moving Christmas to the 25th of December to both distance itself from Russia, which marks it on January 7th, and to further align itself with the West. More from the BBC's James Waterhouse reporting from Bucha. The Ukrainian city where more than 450 men, women, and children were massacred last year by Russian forces.
Father Andrei, it's more than just a diary change.
For many people in the world, Ukraine is always viewed in the context of being a neighbor of Russia. But I think that we are more a neighbor of Europe.
Could you ever forgive Russia for what it's done to Ukraine?
Господь Бог прощает грешников. God forgives the sinner, but only those who repent. We don't see yet that the Russians want to, so I think it's too early to talk about forgiveness.
For Ukraine, that would require Russia to stop its invasion.
A family-owned donut shop near Oakland's Lake Merritt has been robbed at gunpoint twice in the last week. KCBS's Raquel Maria Dillon reports.
A political faction blames what happened to Colonial Donuts on Lakeshore Avenue on city leaders. Here's Edward Escobar with Citizens Unite, who led the rally.
And there's no deterrence. There's no crime prevention. And where is that at? Where do we drop the blame for that? Is that the failed policies of the failed leadership?
He demanded change at the top, calling out Mayor Sheng Tao and Councilmember Nikki Fortunato-Bass for glossing over the city's dismal crime statistics. Rally attendees said Oakland needs more police officers, a state of emergency, and a new lead prosecutor who's more aggressive than District Attorney Pamela Price.
Recall Price! Recall Price!
The rally attracted political candidates like Jennifer Tran, a Cal State East Bay professor running for Congress in the 12th District. She says progressive policies have failed Oakland's businesses and residents.
And as long as the policies are failing us, then the leadership needs to change.
In Oakland, I'm Raquel Maria Dillon, KCBS.
Palo Alto police are investigating a robbery that occurred at a Taco Bell restaurant in the city this week. Officers were alerted to a report of an armed robbery at the restaurant on East Charleston Road early Wednesday morning when a lone employee was about to close. Someone entered, confronted him with a handgun, and demanded money from the registers. The employee complied, but the suspect demanded additional money. The employee said he would get more from the